Hello and welcome here. Thank you for joining me. My name is Higginson. If we haven't met before, I'm a transformational speaker, mentor, and healer for awakening hearts and conscious creatives. So what I love more than anything is helping people unravel who they're not, discover who they truly are, and learn to trust themselves in a way that was not taught to us in the world that we grew up in. I found that on my own journey, using oracle cards was quite useful at the beginning. I haven't used them in a really long time because I really believe that we do get to a point where we can learn to trust our intuition and not use any type of what I often call trinkets, all the little things that you give your power away to. But at the beginning of our journey, it can be really insightful to start learning about our intuition, start learning about our own messages that we feel and perceive, and kind of get confirmation and guidance through oracle cards and those different kind of divination tools. So today, in the honor of the upcoming equinox, I'd love to choose a few cards and then give you an opportunity to pick one card that you intuitively know will bring you a piece of guidance that will be empowering and supportive for whatever lies ahead for you. So I love the equinox. If you look at the word equinox from the Latin, it comes from the equal day and night. So I love to see that as we're moving out of winter into spring, as this time where there is just as much light as there is darkness, where we can kind of emerge from the shadows and move towards a more lighter and freer way of being and really being embodied and moving towards all of the things that we aspire to have more of in our life. But we need to move through that winter phase in order to grow that a bit more in our lives. So there can be a lot of resistance to the darker months, to the healing and the deeper aspects of our journeys, but it is a necessary aspect in order to fulfill that cycle and to get to the next phase. We cannot have spring if we have not had winter, right? So I want you to just have a little think back on what's been happening for you over the last few months. So whether you're watching this in real time or whether you're catching it, I don't know, in months to come, I really trust that you will find this content at the perfect time for you. So what's been going on for you? Maybe there's a lot. And what would you need to move forwards? Would you need a bit more self-trust? Would you need some assistance from the outside? Or would you need to just allow yourself to be? Just see what comes up for you right now and trust that. And I will use this beautiful deck from Threads of Fate to select 3 cards. And I'm going to place them under a different crystal each, to give you the opportunity to just feel into which one is kind of whispering to you today. One disclaimer that I do have when I do this kind of thing is to just invite you to not choose the crystal that is maybe your favorite crystal, or the one that is your favorite color, or the one that you know has particular properties. I want you to just feel into which one today is just making you feel a little bit curious when you see it, because that is one of the keys to learning to trust our intuition, is being curious and not just choosing the thing that we always choose. Okay. Card number 1 will have citrine. This is a beautiful orangey yellow crystal that I have had. It was actually, I think, my very first crystal. And if you know me, you know that I don't actually have many crystals. I don't necessarily work with them a lot. Oh, this one's jumping out of the pack. So this one will be clear quartz. Absolutely love this one. I was looking for a clear quartz for a very long time. I'm just not finding the right one for me until this one appeared in my life. And our last one, sodalite, dark navy blue crystal. So I'll just show a photo and I'll let you decide. So I invite you to just take a deep breath, close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest, tuning into your heart, trusting that you know so much more than you give yourself credit for. And when you're ready, open your eyes and choose your card. So if you selected the card beneath the citrine crystal, you chose the Weaver. I love this card because, I mean, obviously I love textiles and threads, but the message of the Weaver is that we are really very intentionally weaving and creating our own lives. There are many different threads that make up our existence that have many different origins and many destinations, but we get to really intentionally choose which ones we are weaving together, which ones we are cutting off, and what we are creating with it. This card really encourages you to acknowledge that you are really powerful, that you don't get to allow the outside world to decide everything for you, that you have a say in this. If you selected the quartz, this is the Outlaw card. I absolutely love this card. The Outlaw is an invitation to go against the grain. As human beings, we grow up in a world that conditions us to stay safe and to do what's expected of us and never really push the boundaries. And it's hardwired into our psyche, it's hardwired into our DNA, because as a tribal species, our mere survival depends on how accepted we are by our tribe. But this invitation is to really seek out what you believe in, what is true for you, and to have the courage to actually go out there and do it and be rebellious. But here's the thing. Some people are rebellious for the sake of being rebellious. They want to, just say, fuck the system and get really angry and frustrated at being told what to do. This card is this invitation to really be okay with being different and honor your differences, not try to prove anything to anybody else, but really live in alignment with who you are and let go of the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back until now. And any kind of fears and emotional baggage that you have been holding. Often when we are rebellious by nature, we are different, and that can cause us to experience all kinds of emotional wounds. It's time to really release that and honor all that you are, your uniqueness, and have the courage to actually be different. And if you chose Sodalite, the third card and crystal, your card is the Seeker. I absolutely love the message behind this card. It calls us to remember our sense of wonder, that we are all seeking something, but we are not seeking something because it's going to complete us, that we go through our life on this beautiful journey and this beautiful adventure. And we can either choose to stay stuck in our heads and wonder, well, what if everything goes wrong? What if the worst possible scenario happens? Or we can just make the assumption that we're going to be fine, we're going to be okay, we're going to figure it out, and continue on our own personal journey and continue looking for the wonder, the beauty, the joy, and understand that every experience, whether we want to label it good or bad, is making us become more of who we are. It's kind of rubbing off the edges of who we're not, or at least it's an opportunity to do that. So this card is that invitation to take up that opportunity and stop believing that life is happening to you and embrace the truth that it is happening for you, for your greater good. So thanks for playing along. It was an absolute pleasure to pull these cards for you and bring this guidance and empowering support. I wish you the best with the upcoming equinox. It's a beautiful time to have a look at where we're at, what we've spent the last year or the last 6 months focusing on, how that's going, who we want to be in the next 6 months, next year. What is it that we want more of in our life? What does that ideal experience look, feel, and taste like? What is it? What is that experience, that ideal experience? And from there, it will become quite obvious what needs to change, what do you need to let go of. And know that, we all want better things, but what holds us back is our unwillingness to let go of that old version of ourselves, that old identity. I understand that this is a difficult process, and I commend you for being here, for having the brave and audacious goal to make your life into what it is meant to be. I wish you all the best on your journey. And if there is anything that I may support you with, you can subscribe to get free content here on my channel, or you can go and hit up my website with the links below and see how I can support you individually. And thank you for watching. Bye for now.